Hello there, I'm David from London and Home County Safes, londonsafes.co.uk. Welcome to another video, and it's another video on safes, and this time around on the bench here I've got our Sussex Eurograde 1 size 5 digital safe. So this is a Eurograde 1 safe, so for insurance purposes, and I'll go into that in a little bit more detail later in the video, but for insurance purposes suitable for storing up to £10,000 in cash or up to £100,000 in your valuables. This particular safe is available in a total of 7 sizes in ascending order, so this is the size 5. So as you can imagine, you've got above it you've got the size 6 and the size 7, and below it you've got the 4, 3, 2 and 1, which is the baby of the range. Let's check out the dimensions. So these are the external dimensions. We've got a height of 585 millimeters. The width is 515 millimeters. And the depth of this safe is 495 millimeters. And you need to allow an additional 45 millimeters for the knob, or the keypad rather, which sticks out, as you can see, about 45 millimeters. So bear that in mind if it's going in a tight cupboard or a wardrobe or something, and they can be fitted in wardrobes. We can talk to you about that nearer the time if you send us pictures on WhatsApp or email. So you just allow for that extra size there. On top of the 495, you've got the 45 for the keypad. These safes are available either with an electronic lock like this, battery operated, I'll explain that in a sec, or with a regular key operation lock. What I'll do now is I'll put a link up in the top right hand corner to a video on one of the sizes. It might be the 7 with a key locking, so you can see that one if you're interested. So this is a digital one, battery operated, so we'll go ahead and open the safe up, and to do that we're going to tap in, all we need to tap in is the 6-digit number. It's a factory code that I'm going to put in, the default code. You'd set your own one obviously, so it's just 1 through 6, and then once you've entered that correctly you get that little green light, and you have a short time to rotate the keypad, and once you've done that it's almost unlocked. You just now turn that, and then once you turn the handle there you've opened the safe, and what you're doing by turning that handle is operating the bolts, which is the next thing that I'll explain. I'll lock those out. So now we're looking at the inside of the door, and here's your bolts. You've got these big heavy rectangular bolts, 3 on the side. You've also got another one at the bottom, can't quite film, there it is, and another one at the top. People often speculate with safes that have got external hinges, you know, surely if I just grind the hinges off with an angle grinder or oxyacetylene or something I'll be in the safe. Well, you wouldn't, because obviously the bolts would be still preventing you from opening it. But you've normally got, and this one is no exception, you've got like a dead bolt, sort of dog bolting system rather. You see the shape of that. As the door shuts, that engages behind that bar and gives you that extra security on that side. Just a quick note on sizes. As you can see, the safe's got a very thick door, you know, just about get my hand around it. If you've got anything that's large, and we'll talk about the internal measurements in a second, that literally needs to fit in the internal available width of the safe, the door has to be moved out of the way. So as you can see, in order to be able to access it completely, the door needs to go almost the same width of the safe over to the right hand side. Always hinge like that on the right. All safes generally are hinged like that, so just something to bear in mind. So we'll cover the internal dimensions now. So we've got a height of 509 millimeters and a width of 455 millimeters, and we've got that depth of 375 millimeters. So the total internal storage capacity of this safe, and we'll have a look in a minute at what type of thing will fit in here, is 87 litres. Supplied with one internal shelf in multiple positions that you can fit it. I fitted it at that height for a specific reason that we'll go into in a sec. Not specifically a fire resistant safe, but you do get some fire resistance by virtue of the fact that it is a huge steel concrete lined box. It's going to take some energy to heat the contents to incineration level. You've also got these strips that expand around the door to seal it in the event of a fire. So not certified for fire. Fire's pretty rare, burglary's pretty common. So this is really a burglary safe with some additional fire resistance, if you like. So Eurograde safe, I said it's a Eurograde 1. So what that means is this safe, once made by the manufacturer, was sent off, samples were sent off to a test house, an independent test house. In this case, it was a test house called VdS in Germany, and they carried out tests on it, and their evaluation was that this is a Eurograde 1, so it's 1143-1 and resistance grade 1. So what that means is that's indisputable insurance approval in the UK for the figures that I mentioned, £10,000 in cash, up to £10,000 in cash, or up to £100,000 in valuables. The next Eurograde up from this is the Eurograde 2, which would be 17,500 in cash or 175,000 in valuables. So we have a complete chart of all the ratings. It goes up from there and below on our website. I mentioned the shelf position, so you can easily change the position of the shelf, but the reason that I've set it at that particular height is to talk about files. So we've got a A4 type file there that goes in, and as you can see, if it was on any different setting, if it wasn't on that bottom hook, it wouldn't fit. You know, I did try, it wouldn't fit. That's the one you'd have to be on. And I've got a bigger lever arch file, no problem at all. And you've still got everything under the bottom there, under the shelf for anything else you might want to put in it. But if it was going in an office, for example, they tend to put files at the top and then cash boxes and things like that, which will fit. Don't have a cash box to hand, but they'll fit quite comfortably, even 2 cash boxes in there. Here I've got luxury watch type box. Other brands are available. As you can see, if I slide that in there, if watches are your thing, or you've got a couple, you'd get at least 6 in that bottom bit there. Or if you're really into collecting watches and you didn't have the files, you'd get tons of them in there. So with our service, it's free delivery and free installation on this safe, and all bolted safe. So this safe would be bolted into your home. Quick word on the bolting. So this safe has provisions for 2 ways of bolting. That hole that you can see at the top there is for bolting it to a brick wall. And then there's another hole at the bottom, which you can't quite see, which there it is, which is bolting it to a concrete floor. So as you can imagine, in order for us to be able to install this in your home, we're going to need access to either a concrete floor ideally, or a brick wall, or in a perfect world, both. So we can put, you know, a fixing into the wall and a fixing into the floor. That doesn't mean that it can't be fitted in other circumstances where there isn't a brick wall or isn't a concrete floor, but it's just not going to be as secure. We will document it. We issue a certificate with every safe that we install that shows the exact method statement of how we installed it for your insurance company. If you don't have concrete floors or brick walls available, your insurance still require a safe where they can't force you to change the construction of your home. So they're going to have to accept what someone like us says was the only method available to install the safe. Any questions, please get in touch. Give us a call, 0208-445-0001, or go on the website. You can contact us on WhatsApp on there. There's a web chat. You can email. We're friendly. Just give us a call and we can talk about the installation in your home. You might notice this keyhole lurking on the back of the safe door. And the safe is supplied with these 2 keys that fit that lock. Routinely, you would never use that. That's a service key, if you like. That's so that authorized people can open the lock, unscrew the cover, this cover on the back of the door, and get to the mechanism inside. Only this manufacturer tends to use this particular system. It's not a prerequisite of the testing or the Euro grading. I think it's really like if it was in an office, for example, it would be to stop like an inside job, someone that may have access to the safe, you know, unscrewing the back and trying to disable the locking mechanism so they can just turn up and open it, you know, over the weekend or something. Never heard of that happening in my 30 years in this business, but it's there anyway. So you'll see that if you do buy a safe from us, once you add this to your shopping cart, you'll be presented with a list of accessories that you can add to your order if you wish. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut to another clip that I filmed on another day with a different safe on the bench, and so it will seem a little bit out of sequence, but I'm going to cut to that now and we'll run through those accessories for you. So hopefully you're going to buy a safe from us and we're going to come and install it for you. So during the checkout process, if you are doing that, and thank you if you are, there's a number of accessories that you can purchase. So the first one is a automatic light, battery operated, 3 AAA cells, and it's got a little movement sensor, and that pops onto the underside of the top of the safe, and as you open the safe the light comes on, illuminates the contents. Very useful for dark cupboards or wardrobes, things like that, so you can see what's going on in there. Then we have this, which is a flame retardant wallet, so you can put your A4 documents and bits and pieces in there for extra fire protection. We have a carpet base if you want a carpet in the bottom of your safe. As you see, they don't come with one. If you want one, then that's an optional extra. This is a pair of Faraday pouches for putting car keys in. Key cloning theft of cars is very, very common now. You put your keys in here and the people with the dodgy equipment can't pick up the signal in the house to take your car away. And finally we have this dehumidifier box, which you can put inside the safe. It's reusable, you can dry it out on a radiator, absorbs moisture, protects things from condensation, because you can get condensation form inside a big steel box like that. Also useful for keeping firearms dry as well, and these are all recommended accessories for your safe that are available at checkout. About the battery operated keypad, you can't initially see where the batteries are going to go because this keypad's the right way up. So if I open it again and then rotate it, as I rotate it, there's the battery door, and you just pop a little flat screwdriver in there, pop that out, and there's your regular batteries that you can buy anywhere, in any shop, supermarket and what have you. I think they're AA's, they might be AAA's. I'll correct it now with the text. And you really should be changing the batteries in a safe at least once a year. You have got a low battery warning light that will come on, but you know, batteries can leak. You always use good quality alkaline batteries, but you should change them annually at least, because to be on the safe side, you don't want anything leaking out inside that keypad. Maybe this particular safe is more safe than you need. You don't need a Eurograde 1, or you don't need anything as big as this. If you just want a really good safe for home, we've got the video for you, and please have a look at it. I'll link to it now in the top right, and I will also put this video at the very end of the video for you to watch if you'd like. Likewise, I try really hard with these videos. It'd be fantastic if you could subscribe. It's just a click, and maybe like this video. I'd appreciate it very much if you want to, no pressure. So final word about us. So we are the top rated safe company on Trustpilot, all genuine reviews, also 5 stars on Google, again all genuine reviews. I try to reply to them when I can, but we're so busy it's difficult. Free delivery, free installation, as I said, on bolted safes in all those areas. And thank you for watching. I'm going to cut to a little cartoon that we had made. It was very expensive, probably shouldn't have done it, but I tend to put it at the end of all videos because it just explains our service. Thanks for watching.
Free delivery and free installation. Your safe will be delivered and professionally installed by one of our own vetted employees who will arrive in an unmarked vehicle. Get in touch online or call us on 0800 711 7892.